someone that's not on JV. You can ask John. Not. I don't know. I don't see him. But he'd probably want to watch James. I'm up here yet, but I can't stay up here. No. All right. Thanks. What? Well, I don't know. If you could get someone else to do with them, that'd be great. But as far as I know, who? All right. Oh, Radical's talking to Riley. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on over there. Um, there's only 6 people on C team, so at least 7 for on JV. But I still think that we should still be able to. I think their JV. Yeah, their JV is sitting on the benches over there. So, all right, thanks. Bye.
Hey, can you and Jackie come down and do a C team? Because there's no one to do it. Like, I can do camera for you guys for C team. But, like, all the other broadcasters are on JV. So they can't. Are you busy? I'll call you.
Hello, 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 hello.
What do you want to do? You want to be a talker or camera or both? Okay, I can talk, I guess. You can put a headset on if you want. Well, Jonah can't. I don't know if anyone's on with you or not, but you can wear a speaker headset. You don't have to talk. I asked Lainey to come, but I think she's on the live show.
Oh. Okay.
We're not on yet. So.
Is that your number? Okay. What?
We're on, I guess.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Just turn off for now.
Hello and welcome to Emmanuel Lutheran for the freshman team game against the Melrose-Mindoro Mustangs today. The game will be starting shortly. You can see the Emmanuel Lancers huddling up over there. Mustangs should be closing warm-ups soon. The first three games today at Emmanuel. C team, JV, varsity against Melrose-Mindoro. The Lady Lancers played yesterday and easily beat the Alma Pepin Eagles. C team's looks like it's got a full squad tonight. Although there's been a flu bug going around campus. Lots of people getting sick. Brent Rutz will get the tip for the Lancers. Tipping against Nick Kreisel, looks like. Getting stuff straightened up. Straightening up the book over there, looks like. Referee Dave Johannes with the ball. It's the C team's third game. They're 0-2 on the year. Brent Rutz gets the tip, but it's picked up by Ben Stumlin for Melrose-Mindoro, and he drives the basket. Easy up for the right-handed layup. Zachary Thorough will bring up the ball for the Lancers. Swings it to Sam Buck to the corner for Brent Rutz. Inside to James Shazer. Double teamed, almost lost it. Gets it to Gunny Sippert, who misses the short shot. Tipped out by Melrose-Mindoro, and Sippert will inbound for the Lancers. Sippert inbounds to Sam Buck. Passes out to Zach Thorough. Back to Sippert on the wing. Takes the jump shot. Long. Rebounded by Stumlin, who brings it up the court. Gives it to Jed Jennings. And Jennings with the give and go. Right to the basket. Sunk the layup over Zach Thorough. Thorough brings it back up. Passes to Sam Buck. To Brent Rutz in the corner. Back out to Buck. To Thorough. To Sippert on the wing. Tried to get it into to Shazer, but he couldn't handle it, and it's stolen. Kreisel brings it up the court. Goes to the basket. And is fouled by Brent Rutz. That'll be Rutz's first foul. Nick Kreisel shooting 2 for the Mustangs. He misses the first, just long. He'll shoot another. Referee hands him the ball. Takes a couple of dribbles. Up and rattles in and out. Rebounded by Rutz. Sipper gets it to Thorough. Brings it up the court. 2-3 zone the Melrose is playing. Sam Buck has it now. To Sipper on the wing. Passes it into Shazer. Shazer gets fouled. Strong move to the basket there. And he was fouled by Stumlin. Shazer will shoot 2 for the Lancers. Taking his time. Shoots it, and it's long. Off the back iron. He'll shoot another, though. Shazer sinks the second. Jed Jennings brings it up the court. To Kreisel on the wing. And the pass is stolen by Shazer. And they call it, Matthew Kranz, the C-team coach, calls a timeout before he can lose the ball. Coaches for the C-team are Matthew Kranz, and he's assisted by Ross Cook and Sam Nauman. Long bench for the freshman team for Emmanuel. Contrary to Melrose-Mindoro, who only have one person on the bench. C-team coach is Matt Kreisel for Melrose-Mindoro. If you'd like to text in and tell us that you're listening, you can. The booth number is on the screen. Feel free to just let us know you're listening or give encouragement. Sipper will inbound on the side for the Lancers. Gives it to Zach Thorough. Thorough brings it up the court. To Sam Buck. To Gunny Sippert on the wing. He drives baseline on his man and is fouled. Foul be on Jonah Kowalski. Sipper will inbound under the basket. Inbounds it to James Shazer underneath the basket, but he couldn't get that to go, and it's rebounded by Stumlin. Jennings brings it up the court. Pass tried to go underneath the Kreisel, but he couldn't get it, and it's out of bounds. Sipper will pass in. Thorough brings it up. Freshman out of Inver Grove Heights, Minnesota. To Rutz on the wing. One dribble in, mid-range jump shot, long. Sipper fought for the rebound and is tipped out to Thorough, who drives baseline. Tried to get it into Shazer, but couldn't. Sipper for 3. He sinks it. Gunny Sipper to 3 from the corner. 4-4. Pass is into Stumlin. He gets it out to Kreisel. Oh. Kreisel answered the high arcing 3. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Thorough to Buck. Passes back to Thorough. Gives it to Buck. Buck steps in. Gives it to Shazer. Drives by his man. Misses the bank shot, and it's rebounded by Kreisel. Jennings brings it up. Passes it, and it's stolen by Sam Buck. Buck dribbles up the court. He's going to go right into Jennings. Fouled. And he sunk the basket anyway. Sam Buck just went right into the contact, and he got it to go. He'll shoot 1 for the Lancers. Good aggressive move to the basket by Sam Buck there. He'll shoot one. Long on the free throw, and Melrose-Mindoro rebounds it. Jennings brings it up to Kreisel on the wing. Deep three, and he couldn't get it to go. Back to Jennings. To Kreisel. Couldn't quite handle the pass. Picks it up. Oh, Brett Rutz left his man to trap, and he got free, but he misses the short shot. And separate rebounds of it. Gets it to Zach Thurl. Thurl brings it up the court. He drives right into the zone and kicks it out to Brett Rutz. Sipper has it. To Buck on the wing for three. Sunk it. Some hot shooting going on for the Lancers here. Buck has 5 points. Kreisel on the wing. Passes it to 44. Kowalski. And Kreisel scored. He got it back. Puts it in the basket. Thurl brings it up. Oh, tried to enter it into the zone, and he couldn't get it through. Jennings brings it all the way up the court. Misses the layup, and Rutz rebounds. Sipper gets it to Thurl. Oh, didn't see Kreisel coming behind him, and it's swiped. They'll get the foul on Sam Buck here with the body. Sam Buck didn't quite slide his feet to get in front of him. A little too physical there. Ethan Gergel, Adam Fickner, and Nick White will come in for the Lancers for Gunny Sipper, James Shazer, and Sam Buck. Ethan Gergel, sophomore. Fickner, the freshman out of Wyoming. Jennings tried to get to the wing, but it's stolen by Nick White. Nick, wild dribbling up the floor, couldn't get it to go. Rebounded by Thurl, but he misses the putback. White almost lost it on his way up the floor there. Kreisel drives to the basket, and he's fouled. They'll get the foul on Adam Fickner. And Kreisel will shoot two. Sporting the neon green Jordans today. It's up and off the left rim. Won't go for him. Shoots the second. Long, and he won't have that. Kowalski almost rebounded it, but he couldn't handle it, and it was tipped out of bounds. Competitive game here through the first quarter. Gergel will bring it up for the Lancers. Pass it to Fickner. To the corner for Thurl. Thinks about shooting. Pass it back out to Adam Fickner. To Gergel up top. Against that zone. Rutz has it on the wing now. Tried to hit a cutting Gergel, but pass was not accurate, and it'll go out of bounds. Jennings will bring it up for Melrose-Mindoro. Guarded by Zach Thurl. Tried to get the entry pass to Kowalski. He gets it out to Gertis, and now to Kreisel. Kreisel takes a step back J. Air ball. That'll go out of bounds, and the Lancers will have it. Gergel brings it up. Pass it to Fickner. Fickner behind the back. Pass it to Ethan Gergel. Almost traveled there. He's heavily pressured. Gets it to Gergel. Fickner sets a screen for Thurl, and Thurl tried to get into Gergel, but Kreisel stole it. Kreisel's going to the basket. Aggressive move, and they'll get the body on Brent Rutz, looks like. Kreisel made up his mind that he was going to the basket around the three-point line, and no one got in front of him. Foul will be on Brent Rutz. That's his second foul. Kreisel will shoot two. Misses the first. Free throw shooting has been a struggle today. Ben Nauman will come in the game for the first time, and Brent Rutz will come out. Trying to not foul anymore in the first quarter here. Kreisel sinks the second. Kreisel will come out of the game, and Cole Anderson will come in, his first appearance. Gergel brings it up. Passes it to Adam Fichtner. Fichtner dribbles out top to Zach Thurl. Gets it into Nauman. Nauman tried to get it, couldn't get it to go. Good offensive rebound by Nick White there, and he was fouled. Fouls on Jonah Kowalski, his second. The Lancers will inbound. Passes to Zach Thurl. Gets it to Nick White. Nick gets it to Ethan Gergel. Fichtner has it. Dribbling. Pressured. Gets it to Zach Thurl. Into Gergel. Gergel back out to Thurl. Steps into the three. Couldn't get it to go. Rebounded by Anderson. And Ethan Gergel fouled him. Jennings brings it up the court. Passes it to Kowalski. Give and go to Jennings. Good layup there over Zach Thurl. Gets it to go. Adam Fichtner brings it up the court. Pass it to to Nick White. Tried to get it underneath to Ben Nauman, but it was stolen by Stumlin. Jennings, one-handed pass up the court to Anderson. Anderson couldn't handle it. Little off the mark by Jennings there. Ben Nauman will inbound for the Lancers. Gergel has it. Pass it to Fichtner. Long three. He shoots it longer. Deep three there. Fichtner shot it even longer. That's bad. It'll be okay. And the Lancers are down by 3 at the end of the first quarter. Fouls for the Lancers. Brent Rutz has 2. Ethan Gergel has 1. Adam Fichtner has 1. And Sam Buck has 1. Sam Buck has 5 points for the Lancers, and Gunny Sippert has 3. James Shazer made 1 free throw. For the Mustangs, Jed Jennings has 4 points. Kreisel has 6, and Stumlin has 2. 2 fouls on Jonah Kowalski and 1 on Stumlin. No. The second quarter will start soon here. Players starting to break huddle. Mustangs come out of huddle. To start the second quarter, there'll be Dwight Gant, Ethan Gergel, Caleb Bowman, Zach Thurl, and Mark Brown Kempenaar for the Lancers. Zach Thurl's played the whole game so far. Brings it up the court. Lancers ball to start the second quarter. Screen by Ullman. Thurl kicks it out to Brown. To Gergel. Back to Thurl. Tried to get it into Ullman, but he couldn't get through. And Kreisel will bring it up. He's going to the rack. Couldn't get it to go. Rebounded by big number 45, Ullman. The big sophomore. Gergel passes it to Thurl. Back underneath to Gergel. Goes up with it, can't get it. Offensive rebound by Ullman. Misses the second shot. Anderson passes it to Jennings going up the court. Jennings, athletic looking layup there, but couldn't get to go. Anderson got the rebound and missed. And Brown Kempenaar gets the rebound for the Lancers. Zach Thurl brings it up the court. Brown Kempenaar to Gergel to Gant. Tried to get it inside to Ullman. Couldn't get it. But Kowalski traveled with it. So the Lancers will recover the ball. Thurl will inbound. Mustangs still in that 2-3 zone. Thorough tried to force it into Ullman, but couldn't get through, and it's tipped out by the Mustangs. Tried to inbound to Gant, but Gant couldn't catch it, and it'll be Mustangs ball. Kowalski inbounds to Jennings, who brings it up the court. Guarded by Zach Thurl. Backdoor cut by Stumlin. Brown Kempenaar didn't see it coming, and it's an easy two for Ben Stumlin. Thurl passes it to Gurgle. To Brown Kempenaar. Stolen by Jennings. He gets by Thurl and goes up the court. Wild layup there. Couldn't get to go. And it's tipped out by Brown Kempenaar. Sandbach will come in for Brown Kempenaar. Kowalski will inbound for the Mustangs. Inbounds it to Kreisel, who goes right up with it. Might have been fouled, but no call. Gant with the rebound. Gets it to Gurgle. To Buck on the wing. Back to Gurgle. Gurgle takes one dribble, gets stuck, goes up with it, and it's rebounded by Kowalski. Jennings brings it up the court. He gets trapped in there, but dishes off to Anderson, who misses. Gurgle rebounds, gets it to Gant. Gant passes it to Gurgle. To Buck. Heavily pressured. Zach Thurl has it up top, gets it to Gurgle inside. Down low to Ullman, missed the short jumper. Gurgle rebounded, got to Gant, and Gant put it right in. Dwight Gant with 2 points for the Lancers. Jennings brings it up for the Mustangs. Kreisel takes a deep three, short. Stumlin gets the rebound and puts it in for mid-range. Ben Stumlin with 6 points for the Mustangs. Melrose-Mindoro will take a 30-second timeout here. Man, getting some rest for those players. Only 6 guys playing for them today. Looks like Crayons will keep the same crew on the court for the Lancers. You can see the JV for the Lancers sitting behind the bench, getting ready to play. Their game begins at 2:30, I believe. Mustangs break huddle. And now the Lancers go out on the court. It'll be their ball. Thurl brings it up the court. Screen for by Ullman. Takes the three off the dribble. Just short. Rebounded by Buck. Goes right up with it from mid-range and sinks it. Buck's got 7. Jennings brings it up. Passes off to Kreisel. Kreisel goes by Gant. And looks like Buck got a piece of that ball. Rebounded by Ullman. Thurl passes it to Buck. 4-3. Well long. Rebounded by Anderson, but he traveled. Switched his pivot foot there. And Brent Rutz will come in for Dwight Gant. Ullman will inbound. Gets it into Buck. Passes out to Thurl. Thurl passes it to Rutz. Rutz swings. Gurgle has it up top. Pressured by Jennings. Buck passes it to Ullman in the corner. Gets it inside to Gurgle. Little hook shot there, and Gurgle got to go. 15-16. The Lancers are catching up. Jennings passes it. Now Kreisel has it now. Off to Anderson. Dribbles. Gets it back to Kreisel. Kreisel will go in. It's tied up by Sam Buck. Good help defense there. And he got the jump ball. Kowalski will come in for Anderson, and Nick White will sub in for Caleb Ullman for the Lancers. Kowalski will inbound. Gets it into Stumlin. Stumlin guarded by White. Gets it out to Jennings, guarded by Zach Thurrow. Back to Stumlin. Out top to Kowalski. Back into Stumlin. Back to Kowalski for three. A very long. Very long. It'll go out of bounds, and the Lancers will have the ball. Thurrow brings it up. Passes it to Gurgle, to Sam Buck. Back to Gurgle. Backdoor cut, tried to hit Thurrow, but was stolen by Jennings. And as he dives on the floor, he traveled. So the Lancers will recover the ball. Adam Fichtner will sub in the game for Ethan Gurgle. Number 5 for the Lancers. Brent Rutz inbounds it to Sam Buck. The bounce pass hit the sideline. Bounce pass hit the baseline on its way to Buck, so it'll be out of bounds. Jennings brings it up the court for the Mustangs. Pass that to Kreisel. Guarded by Fichtner. Gets it to Kowalski. Tried to get it back into Kreisel, but good play by Brent Rutz on the help defense to knock that away. Fichtner dribbles up the court. Gives it to Thurrow. Inside to Rutz for the mid-range jump shot. Rims out. Nick White got the rebound, but he's tied up by Kowalski. The Lancers will get the jump ball, however. A little confusion going on. One ref was signaling Mustangs ball, and the other was signaling Lancers. Lancers will have the ball after the timeout by Melrose-Mindoro. Full timeout. JV games next. They'll be without a couple of their players due to flu. And the varsity plays at 4 o'clock. They'll be without Carl Ryan due to the flu, and Jack Milkey, one of their leaders on the floor, because he got a concussion last game. Hit his head hard on the floor. He'll be out this game, but Christmas break is up next, and he'll have a long time to recover before we play another game. Jackie Gerb is doing the camera. This is Jonathan Gamble. The refs are breaking up the huddles now. There'll be Lancers ball underneath their hoop. Same group on the floor for the Lancers. Brent Rutz will inbound. Rutz gets it to Nick White. Nick White throws it up wildly, airballed. Kreisel rebounds it. Kreisel over to Jennings. Jennings swings by Zach Thurrow, but he lost the ball, and Nick White picks it up. Adam Fichtner dribbles up the court. Mustangs still in that 2-3 zone. They're extending it a little bit, though. Thurrow gives it to Fichtner. Brent Rutz back to Fichtner. Traveled. Took a jab step and just kept going without putting the ball on the floor. Ethan Gurgle, Ben Nauman, and Gunny Sippert will come in the game for the Lancers for Rutz, Fichtner, and Zach Thurrow. Zach Thurrow comes out of the game for the first time. Jennings gives it to Kreisel. Out top to Kowalski. Hits a cutting Kreisel. He was fouled on the shot. He'll shoot 2 for the Mustangs. That foul was on Ethan Gurgle. It'll be his second. Kreisel made the first. And he sinks the second as well. Gunny Sippert at the point for the Lancers. Passes it to Gurgle. Swings it to Sam Buck. Buck tried to get it inside to Ben Nauman. And there's a reach on Ben Stumlin. Tried to deny the pass. Fouled him. Sippert will inbound for the Lancers. Gets it into Nick White. White out to Gurgle. Mid-range jump shot's short. And it's rebounded by Stumlin. Kreisel has it. One-handed pass of Jennings out top. Hits a cut in Kowalski. Kowalski turns around and throws it. It's short. Well short. Sippert rebounds and brings it up the floor. Pass it to Buck. Mid-range jump shot's long. Rebounded by Kowalski and tipped out by Ethan Gurgle. 54 seconds to go in the second quarter. Lancers down by 3. Jennings brings it up. Guarded by Gurgle. Passes to Kowalski. Out to Kreisel. Guarded by Sippert. Gives it to Gertis. Out to Kreisel again. Kreisel tried to get to Stumlin, but Nick White stole it. Gets it to Gurgle. Gurgle to Sippert for the mid-range jump shot. Rolls out. Gurgle rebounded it, but couldn't get to go. And then Sam Buck rebounded, couldn't get to go. Finally, Ben Nauman puts it in for the Lancers. And that'll be his first basket of the game. Gets it to Kreisel. Back to Jennings. And he was fouled by Gurgle. That'll be 3 on Ethan Gurgle in the second quarter. He's in a little bit of foul trouble here. Jennings will shoot 2 shots. Jennings missed the first. He'll shoot another. Sinks the second. He's got 5 points. Sippert brings it up the court. 10 seconds to go. Out to Buck for 3. Missed. Rebounded by Kowalski. Stumlin. Passes it up to Kreisel. Kreisel shoots it. Long at the buzzer. And we'll go to break. 17-19. The Mustangs are ahead. We'll head to the locker room to chat. Looks like the Mustangs will just stay on their bench. It's the JV coach, John Radical, having a conference with his players over here. They'll play the next game. JV team is 7-0 this year. Won their last game at Blair Taylor. The first time they had won there in Radical's years. Won that game handily, actually. Had some help from varsity players, Brian Sitto and myself, in that game. They'll have a tough task today against Melrose-Mindoro, a much larger school, while missing a few of their key players. Sickness is going around the school. It's very tough to not get sick in the dorms. A majority of the students living together under the same roof. Girls on one dorm, boys in another. Easy to get sick. Germs spread. Right, Jackie? Mustangs taking rest. Only 6 players. It's tough. Lancers in their locker room chatting. Lots of band members sick too as well. I'm not sure if the pep band will play today or not for the varsity game. Have you heard anything, Jackie?
As far as I know, they are.
Pretty rough go of it yesterday.
Yeah.
The varsity players for Melrose-Mindoro look to be arriving. Varsity or JV, that is. They'll be heading into the locker room. Got a Go Lancers from the Gant family in South Dakota. It's good to see. Mustangs are warming up for the second half now in the layup lines. Lancers in this game, they've played one of their better halves so far today for the freshman team. Getting applause as they come out. They've got 12 players on the team. A lot of guys. 13 players today. Luke Mayhew joined the team last week, I believe. He hasn't gotten in the game yet. Not much practice so far. Hear the bounce of balls. Lots of basketballs. This is the first home game for the freshman team this year. It'll be the third for JV and varsity. There's nothing like the roar of the crowd in a home game. Getting behind the team. You can see the crowd's filling up a little bit. Not many students here yet. That'll fill up before the varsity game, if not too many people are sick. Lots of parents here so far, though. A minute 40 to go before the second half starts. Got a viewer from Minnesota watching. And a Go Lancers from St. Louis. Must be the Almonds, I would think. It's really great that we have the opportunity to broadcast these games here. Because a lot of the kids in the dormitories have their parents far away at home, and they can't come to see the games. It's nice to broadcast them for the parents and grandparents, all the relatives. The Lancers will huddle up, get ready for the second half. Melrose-Mindoro bringing it in now. Melrose in the green jerseys with gold numbers. The Lancers in the white jerseys with the green trim and numbers. What's your opinion on the Argyle, Jackie?
It's original.
Melrose-Mindoro will have the ball to start the second half. Jennings brings it up to Anderson. Takes the long two and misses. Shazer rebounds. Thurl will bring it up to Rutz for the mid-range jump shot. Misses it. Rebounded by Fichtner. Fichtner takes the fade and banked it in. Adam Fichtner with his first two of the game. Kreisel has it, guarded by Fichtner. Crosses over. Tried to go by Fichtner, and Fichtner reached. Got to play defense with the feet, not the hands. Fichtner has 2 fouls now. Kowalski passes in. Kreisel under the basket. Gets the foul and the bucket. Fichtner fouled him again. He's got 3. And Kreisel will shoot 1. Fichtner was in trouble deep under the basket, and Kreisel had the ball. Kreisel went up strong and sunk it, and he'll get the free throw as well. Thurl brings it up for the Lancers. Passes it to Fichtner. Fichtner gets it to Rutz, but Rutz couldn't handle the pass, and it'll go out of bounds. Got the viewers from Clarkston, Washington now saying go Lancers. The Naumans, I assume. Watching son Ben. Kowalski drives the basket and misses. Shazer gets it to Zach Thurl. Zach Thurl pulls up for 3, missed, and it was rebounded by Stumlin. Stumlin gets it to Jennings. Jennings over to Kowalski. Kowalski passed it back to Jennings, and he jumped and came down, took 2 steps and traveled. Ben Nauman will enter the game here for Mark Brown Kempenaar. Adam Fichtner passes it to Zach Thurl. Zach Thurl at the point against that 2-3 zone again. Fichtner caught the ball in fluid motion and took a step. That's another travel. Couldn't take advantage of the travel by Melrose-Mindoro. Jennings handling all of the point guard duties for the Mustangs today. Dribbles, goes around, gets stuck, passes it to Stumlin out top. Stumlin drives right to the basket. Shot contested by Ben Nauman, but he'll get it to go. He's got 8. Fichtner brings it up. Pass it to Zach Thurl. To Ben Nauman on the wing. Nauman back out to Thurl. To Fichtner. Fichtner dribbling around. Nowhere to go. Gets it to Zach Thurl. Zach Thurl back to Adam Fichtner. To Brent Rutz in the corner. Rutz pump fakes and goes to the basket. Couldn't get the short layup to go. No angle for the backboard there. Kreisel rebounded it and got to Jennings. Jennings back to Kreisel. Kreisel drives. Forces a mid-range jumper there. He would double team, then he just forced up the shot and couldn't get it to go. Fichtner rebounded it, passed it to Rutz. Rutz is stuck in the corner, and he traveled. Fichtner was trying to screen for him, but he was heavily pressured and couldn't get out of that jam. Melrose-Mindoro has the ball. Tanner Gertis comes in the game, and Cole Anderson goes out for the Mustangs. Fichtner came out, and Sam Buck came in for the Lancers. Passes in to Ben Stumlin from Jennings. Tied up. Lancers ball. Good defense there. Ben Nauman inbounds to Zach Thurl. Thurl gets it to Brent Rutz. Back to Zach Thurl. Heavily pressured. He dribbles. Gets it to Sam Buck. Inside to James Shazer. Takes a dribble. Out to Zach Thurl. Pump fakes and shoots. Short. Rebounded by Rutz though, and he missed. Shazer couldn't keep the rebound. And now Jennings brings it up for the Mustangs. Gets it to Kowalski. Kowalski to Kreisel. Kreisel pull up for 3. Deep 3 there. He was short. Shazer rebounded it and got to Zach Thurl. Thurl to Buck for 3. Just short. Ben Allen was fighting for the rebound there. Good hustle. But the save went to the Mustangs. Jennings brings it up. Kowalski. Back to Jennings. Jennings couldn't handle it, saved it, but it's picked off by Brent Rutz. Rutz couldn't handle it. Lost his dribble there, and it went out of bounds. Timeout by Melrose-Mindoro. Nick White will be coming into the game after they get out of the timeout. Fans chatting it up with referee David Johannes. Dave Johannes put a couple children through the school here. Jackie will be broadcasting in the next game as well. Did you ever find a third?
Not that I know of. They're doing both.
Yes, Mr. Shaver. Kowalski will inbound for the Mustangs on the side. Gets it to Jennings. Jennings traveled. Dragged his pivot foot. Nick White passes it in to Zach Thurl. Zach Thurl, screen forward by Rutz to the corner for Buck. Buck puck fake. They got a foul call on Kowalski. That'll be Kowalski's third. Inbounded to Buck. Buck gets by Jennings. They'll call a foul there. Buck using a good job. Doing a good job using his body to draw fouls here. Trying to get the aggressiveness out of that Mustang zone. Rutzel inbound. Gets it into Buck. Buck dribbles out. Traveled. Landed on one foot. Put the other one down. Jennings brings it up for the Mustangs. Ahead to Stumlin. Out to Gertis. Back to Jennings. Oh. Jennings drives by Thurl and gets it back to Gertis. To Stumlin. Stumlin's tripped by Nick White. Nick White with his first foul. Jennings has it. Tried to get it into Stumlin, but Nick White stole it. It's Nick's third steal of the game, I believe. Zach Thurl goes to the basket. Couldn't get it. Nick White almost recovered the rebound, but couldn't. And Jennings will bring it up. Out to Kreisel. Back into Jennings. Stolen by Ben Nauman. Good help defense. Thurl ahead to Brent. Back to Thurl. Over to Buck. Into Nick White. Good entry pass there, but he couldn't get to go. Nauman's fighting for the rebound. Nauman and White were both going for the same rebound, unawares, and it got tipped out by one of them. Gunny Separate will enter the game for Brent Rutz on the Lancers. Jennings at the point. Over to Kreisel. Heavily pressured by Sam Buck. Good back cut by Stumlin. And the entry pass is in, but he missed. And Buck rebounded. Buck ahead to Gunny Sippert. Sippert drives by his man and is fouled. Kowalski picks up his fourth foul, I believe. Third foul on Kowalski. Sippert will inbound. Kowalski will come out and Anderson will enter. Gets it in to Nick White. Pass it to Zach Thurl. Thurl over to Buck. Couldn't handle it. And it's tipped out. The Mustangs will have the ball. Jennings at the point. Gets it to Stumlin. Good cut. Missed inside, though, and White rebounded. Zach Thurl brings it up the court. Over to Gunnard. Sippert. Sippert to Buck. Into Zach Thurl at the elbow. Sinks it. Good mid-range jumper there for Zach Thurl. Got the ball in the elbow. Didn't take any second thought and put it right in. That's his first points of the game. Kreisel has it. Guarded by Buck. Buck doing a good job. Oh, and he fouled him. Lost him on the spin a little bit, and they'll call foul. Second foul on Sam Buck. Kreisel will inbound. Ethan Gergel will come into the game for Sam Buck. Inbounded to Anderson, but he couldn't catch it. And Lancers will get the ball. Thurl at the point. Pass it to Gunny Sippert. Inside to Nick Nauman. Good look. Tried to get to Gergel, but bounced over to Nauman. But Nauman missed. Jump ball. Kreisel had it, and the Lancers tied him up. But it'll still be Mustang's ball. Jennings dribbling up. Goes right by his man. Looks like they'll have a question about the jump ball here. The ref's trying to figure it out. One ref had the ball going to Lancers. Johannes had it going for the Mustangs. Stopped the play at an unusual time, but they'll try to figure it out. Kreisel inbounds to Jennings. Jennings dribbles, pass it to Anderson. To Kreisel. Kreisel dribbles around, guarded by Gergel. Pulls up for the deep three, and it's short. One step in, and he might have made that. Nauman rebounded it and got to Zach Thurl. Thurl to Gergel. Gergel over to Sippert. Goes by Anderson, and he got fouled. Hard foul there. Two guys were involved. We'll see who the call is on. They'll call it on Stumlin. Stumlin's second. Sippert will shoot 2 free throws. Good aggressive move there. Got fouled. Kowalski will come in the game for Anderson. Sippert. Misses the first free throw. Wipes off his hands. Sinks the second. That's his 4th point of the game. Jennings dribbles, gets it to Kreisel, tipped by Gergel, but he recovers. Goes and by him, loses the ball again, and Nick White has his 4th steal. Thurl gets it to Sippert, to Gergel. At the buzzer, in and out. Almost had it there at the buzzer. Gergel rimmed out. That was real close. Looks like Gergel had the bucket there, but ball don't lie. Headed into the 4th and final quarter. The Lancers are down by 2 points, 22 to 24. Playing their best game as of yet. Matthew Kranz in the huddle, giving the players some advice. It's Kranz's first year as the freshman team coach. Ross Cook assisted last year, however. Sam Nauman and Nathan Rodabaugh are new assistants. Players break huddle, and it'll be Lancer's ball to start the fourth quarter. Buck will inbound, gets it to Fichtner. Mustang still in the 2-3 zone. Buck into the corner for Nauman. Nauman dribbles out to Buck, over to Fichtner, to the corner. Rutz tried to get it into Shazer, but stolen by Stumlin. He traveled, tripped and fell, picked up his feet, and he landed, and that'll be a travel. Rutz will inbound. Gets it into Buck, through the arms of Jennings. Fichtner with a deep three. Missed it. Follows the shot, though. Almost had the rebound. He'll get the jump ball. A good hustle there by Fichtner to get the to go for the rebound. Deep three there. Just off. Kowalski inbounds to Jennings. Jennings over to Kowalski. Out to Gertis. Over to Kreisel. Kreisel tried to get to Stumlin. Tipped away by Ben Nauman. But Mustangs recover. Kreisel has it again. Good back cut by Kowalski. Good find, and it'll be sunk. Stumlin got 10. Buck has it on the wing. Gets it to Fichtner. Buck into Shazer. Shazer couldn't catch it. And Gunny Sippert will come in for James Shazer. Shazer had trouble handling that pass there. Gertis wide open in the corner. Long pass by Jennings. Couldn't find him. Out of bounds, the Lancers ball. Fichtner brings it up the court. Pass it to Buck. Out to Sippert. Pull up. Missed from mid-range. Good job following a shot. Nauman rips it away from Jennings to Sam Buck. Missed. Nauman doing some work on the boards. Ties up that one. The Lancers will keep the ball. Good hustle there by Nauman. Big, strong freshman. Lob pass into Nauman, and he sinks it. Ben Nauman, with his second bucket of the game, gets rewarded for his work on the boards. Jennings gets it to Kreisel, pressured by Buck. Stumlin on the back cut. They've been making bank off of that. He missed, though, and Buck recovered. Buck, deep pass to Rutz. Rutz had trouble getting it, and he frustrated after that. He traveled. Couldn't come down cleanly after a tough catch. Jennings into Kreisel. Kreisel. Buck will foul him on the ground. Kreisel pump fake, got him in the air. There's some contact. Sam Buck has 3 fouls. Kowalski hits a cutting Jennings. Jennings back out to Kowalski, to Gertis, to Stumlin. Stumlin dribbling. Over to Jennings. Ball is tipped away from him and he recovered it. Stumlin has it again, drives to the basket, kicks it out to Kreisel. Jennings has it in the corner now. Drives out to Stumlin for 3. Banked it in. Stumbling. 13 points. Banked in the 3 there. The big man stepping out. Gurgle passes it to Buck. Over to Rutz. Rutz for the mid-range jumper. Couldn't get to go. Rebounded by Nauman, and he's fouled by Kreisel. Nauman doing work on the boards. Big, strong freshman. No one can box him out. He'll shoot 2 here. 4 points already in the game. Misses the first, long. A little too much strength on that one. Second one is also long, but he gets the board. Puts it in. Ben Nauman followed his shot, made up for the missed free throws with another board and bucket. Passing to Jennings, tipped it out. The Lancers will have the ball. Momentum might be swinging here. Down by 3. Feel the intensity here. Gurgle swings it to Buck, to Sippert in the corner, into Nick White. Nick White over to Brent Rutz. Good pass to Buck. Back to Sippert for 3. Gunny Sippert, just long. Fouled his shot though. Got the rebound. Into White. Back to Gurgle. Mid-range jump shot. Just short. Call a foul on Brent Rutz on the rebound. They pulled out Ben Nauman and put in Nick White. Rutz has 3 fouls. Jennings brings it up the court. Oh, hesitation move. Drives right to the basket. Good move by Jennings there. Made Gurgle think he was stopped, and he just went right by. Gurgle to Buck for 3. Oh, just off. Brett Rutz tips the rebound to Nick Nauman on the ground. And Kranz used a good use of the timeout there to keep the ball. Big possession here. Lots of time to go, but you'd like to get within 3-4 points going into the 2-minute drill. Good game here for the freshman team. They're putting it together tonight. Tough losses by big points for the first 2 games, but this one's different. Refs breaking up the huddle. Same crew's out on, Fichtner comes out and Zach Thurl goes in. Otherwise, same crew on the court for the Lancers. Gunnar Sippert will inbound. And to Thurl for 2 on the line. He sinks it. Long 2. His feet were on the line. And the Lancers are within 3. Jennings tests the waters. Good back cut by Gertis. We call a foul on the ground on Gurgle. That's his 4th. Good back cut there to take advantage of the help defense. Fichtner is going to come in, probably for Gurgle, who has 4 fouls. Anderson for the Mustangs comes in, will come in. For the shooter, it looks like. Gurgle comes out of the game. It'll be a 1-on-1 for Gertis. Make the first, get the second. Gertis misses the first, and it's rebounded by Sippert. Sippert gets it to Fichtner, racing down the court. Almost lost the ball. Gets it to Rutz in the corner. Oh, off his foot. And jump ball. Kowalski jumped on it. It'll be green ball, the Mustangs. Curtis comes out of the game for Melrose-Mindoro. High screen. They got a switch on. Kreisel has it. Tried to get into Stumlin, but it goes to Kowalski. Misses. Rebounded by Stumlin. 3 by Jennings. Couldn't get it. And Nick White gets on the floor to rebound it. Traveled. He rolled over, and that'll be a travel. He's trying to get it to Sippert. Kowalski inbounds. Anderson gets it off the loose ball. Jennings out top. Goes right by Thorough, but misses. Tipped out by Kreisel on the rebound. Fickner, Thorough, and White will come out, and Nauman, Buck, and Gurgle will come back in the game. Sippert inbound. Gurgle will bring it up the court. Gets it to Sippert. Sippert into Gurgle. Mid-range jumper. Short. Rebounds tipped out by Brent Roots. Need a stop here for the Lancers. Jennings bringing it up the court. Goes by Gurgle, but is stopped by Nauman on the help. Stumlin. Over to Jennings. Jennings goes by again. Tried to kick it out, but Buck stole it. Brett Roots going to the basket. He's fouled by Kowalski, and he'll go to the line. Brett Roots is pumped up. Kowalski has 4. Five. Kowalski fouled out of the game. Rutz will shoot 2. Makes the first, banks it in. That's his first point of the game. Misses the second, long. Buck rebounds it though, goes back up from mid-range and is fouled. Foul on Jennings there. Sam Buck will shoot 2. Buck misses the first. And Melrose-Mindoro will call a timeout. Buck will shoot 1 after the break. Buck has 7 points so far in the game. He's the leading scorer for Emmanuel. Nauman has 6. Gurgle has 2. Fickner with 2. Sippert with 4. Thorough with 4. And Brett Rutz and James Shazer with 1 apiece. For the Mustangs, Stumlin has 13. Great game for him. Kreisel has 9. And Jennings has 8. Two fouls on Stumlin, 1 on Kreisel and 1 on Jennings. And Kowalski fouled out. Nick White has 1 foul for the Lancers, Rutz with 3, Buck with 3, Gurgle with 4, and Fickner with 3. Buck will shoot his second free throw here. Big free throw here. If he made it, a simple basket would put the Lancers ahead with a stop. Buck at the line. Sinks it. 30-31, tight game. Gurgle on Jennings. Jennings traveled. He traveled. Big turnover there. And the Lancers will have it with a chance at the lead. Gurgle brings it up the court to Buck. Buck back to Gurgle. Back to Buck. Goes right by his man. Drives to the basket. Misses. Might have got fouled there. T-shirt thought so. Good defense there to tip it out of Stumlin's hands. Lancers need a stop here. One of the biggest defensive possessions of the season for them so far. Jennings dribbles it up. Guarded by Gurgle. Gurgle doing a good job. Kreisel has it. Gets by Buck, and he's fouled. Buck couldn't stay in front of him. They're calling the foul on Brent Rutz. It's his fourth. Let's be careful here. Kreisel at the line. Makes the first. Big free throw there. This one will put them ahead by 3. Still one possession game, however. Sinks it. Sippert brings it up. Gets it to Gurgle. Over to Sippert. To Nauman. To Buck for 3. For the tie. Long. Couldn't get to go. Anderson rebounded it and got to Jennings. They'll foul. Had to stop the clock here. 15 seconds to go. They'll be shooting 1-1. Foul is on Gurgle. Gurgle's got 5. He fouled out of the game. 2 points. Good defense. Had the foul. Fichtner will replace him. Likely only 1 to 2 more possessions, but big ones. Jennings could put it away if he made it both here. They need 1 to go up by 2 possessions. Sinks it. Lancers will have a tough time catching up now. Jennings for the second. Could lock it up. Missed. But Kreisel gets the rebound. He goes up with it. Can't get to go. Sipper has it. 8 seconds to go. Fichtner shoots with 4 seconds to go from half court. Wasn't sure about the clock there. Stumbling rebound. That's the end of the game. Good game by the freshman team here, however. Has to be encouraging to show that they can put up points like that and stay competitive in a game. This is Jonathan Gamble and
Jackie Gerbitz.
thanks for watching. JV will be next.